This is Kat at Morbid Kitty Productions. Hello YouTubers. I wanted to do a little video on Gary Oldman, who is a very good actor, and some of you might know him as Sirius Black in the Harry Potter movie, Prisoner of Azkaban, I think it is. I've never seen it. I've only seen part of it where he was in the... Yeah, I don't even know what happened. Something about a soul, and it took it, and then Harry got it back. And I don't know. I don't even know that movie very well. I just know he's my very #1 favorite actor. And I wanted to kind of highlight him, and to anyone who doesn't watch Harry Potter probably won't immediately know him unless they're reminded of a few key movies. One key movie that usually everyone knows is Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is the cover of the normal version that you'll see. He's right here. Here's the inside leaflet for the chapters and everything. And the cover, where you can really get to know him, especially in this picture, if you remember that movie at all, that would be him. Remember him? Okay, that's Gary Oldman. He played Dracula himself. I have the collector's edition, which is very, very awesome. And if you love Gary Oldman like I do, you will relish in this version. Gary Oldman stars as Dracula, which is a very sad version of the Dracula telling, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Very good. One of his finest pieces of work, I should have to say, when it comes to Francis Ford Coppola. When it comes to Gary Oldman, one of his best performances. You see him as a young Dracula, as an old Dracula, in between, before he becomes a vampire, after he's a vampire. You see him in all different forms and shapes and everything. Now, granted, a lot of it's under makeup, but when he's younger, you get to really see his face and you'll recognize him. He's also in the movie Hannibal. He was the guy with no face. He was in a pretty famous movie as a second character, Leon, or The Professional. He played the DEA agent that was at fault for killing Natalie Portman's character's mother and father and little sister, and or little brother and her sister. Half sister, not even good sister at that. Sorry. So he's in this as the DEA agent. Very interesting character, seeing as a DEA agent, he also does drugs himself. He's an American character, so he has an American accent. His accent in this movie was very good. I don't think it was very New Yorkish. It was a little New Yorkish, but not a lot. Also, I think one movie that he has an accent in that he did a great job in was True Romance. So if you've seen True Romance, he has dreadlocks and he's kind of a pothead, you know, kind of dope smoker. You only see him twice in that movie, but this movie he's in about 50%, maybe even more. But he's one of the main characters that he's trying to kill for the little girl. So go see that if you want to see a good Gary Oldman movie. He's also in a semi-famous, semi-popular movie, Immortal Beloved. He played Beethoven himself. This is him on the cover. He taught himself piano to play in the movie. Moonlight Sonata, for instance, he played that part. He did learn the piano in the big orchestra number of, I don't even know what the piece was, but I know it was very big, and it was the one where they had to keep playing it, and Isabella Rossellini comes up and saves the day because he keeps having to start over. It's a very good movie. It's a romance, it's a drama. Gary's in it. Isabella Rossellini is in it. Valeria Golini is in it. There's a lot of women in it, and it's pretty loosely based on fact. The only thing is the ending. It's nowhere close to, you know, they never figured out who his beloved was. So But it's a very good performance, very dramatic, very good accent that he does. His behavior is completely different than you've ever seen in any other movie. He's a chameleon, I am telling you, he's a chameleon. So that's a good one. Another one he's in that I thought was very funny, that I don't know very many people of knowing, is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. Now, I did my interpretation of a scene in this movie, playing both Tim Roth and Gary Oldman's characters. Dreyfuss is hardly in this movie. I don't know why the heck he's on there. But I think it's because of the play by Tom Stoppard, who wrote and directed this himself. Gary plays Rosencrantz, I do believe, and he plays Guildenstern. Even they don't know their own names. They get it mixed up a lot. And this is a very good way of seeing him in a comedy. Now, he does have his British accent in this. His acting is superb. I think he really brings something to the character, because if you've ever seen the play, I don't think they make him out to be that smart. I have the play, you know, I have a, whatever you want to call it, a script, and I don't know, it sort of doesn't have the same creativeness as it has in this. In this way, this is what I mean. His character tends to discover aeroplanes. He makes a paper airplane. He tends to discover, like, the heat-generated windmill kind of effect, you know, with the candle under the little curved pieces of paper, and it spins, and then he does it so that way it spins and it actually stirs the soup. You know, he discovers a lot of stuff. He discovers displacement, where you put something in water and the water rises. He discovers a lot of things, a lot of elements in physics and stuff like that, and shows Tim Roth, and by the time Tim Roth watches, it blows up. You know, he drops a ball on a feather, and the feather falls first, and he said, "Watch closely," and by the time he does it, the ball falls first and the feather falls second, and he doesn't even get to show him that what you think would fall first doesn't fall first. And I don't know, it's just very funny, but a very good way of seeing Gary in action. There's a couple other of his movies that I have, but I didn't like them all that much, I'll be honest. I don't even remember the name of the one. Mean something or other. See, I don't even remember. He did direct the movie Nil by Mouth. I couldn't really pay attention to it, but I'll be honest, it was very dramatic. Gary did, I think, a very good job directing. He's going to be in the new movie The Dark Knight, as he was in Batman Begins. He was one of the commissioner cop dudes that actually helps Batman, and he gets into it more in this next one in The Dark Knight and really helps them. So that's another one he's in. He's in a lot of movies that a lot of people would say, oh, that was him, but it's all the same guy. So yeah, I think he's a very, very underrated actor. A lot of people just look right over him because he's in so many movies and you don't even know it's him, so it's hard to keep a track record on him and really pay attention to him the way like Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt are. You know, he's a character actor. He's a chameleon. He really gets into the character. He changes his movements, his behaviors, the way he looks physically, his accent changes, how tall he stands. He's only 5'9", but sometimes, you know, you see him, he's in that thin costume of his in Dracula, and he looks thin and tall and handsome and young, you know. So I think he's a very good actor. I think everyone should check him out and try and really get to know his filmography, because he's a very good actor and he's in a lot of good movies. To me, if he's in a bad movie, he just makes the movie that much better. Thanks for watching.